Hey everyone. Hello, hello. How are you? Thank you guys for liking. I don't know if you guys were here yesterday, but we did hit the 25 likes. So we did have a lucky winner get a free question with a tarot reading. So hopefully we can do that again tonight. I see we've got 9 people in here at this time. So maybe we can get there a little bit quicker tonight than we did yesterday. All right, let's see. Yes, everyone can ask a question. First on our list for donations is Rising. So for those of you who have not been here the last couple of nights, you can see on the scrolling banner, if I hit 25 likes today before the live stream ends, I will do a free reading for someone. So make sure you're keeping an eye on that count or hanging out with us until we get there. We did have a winner last night. The only catch is you have to be present to win. All right, this is for Jazz. Hey Jazz, I am getting a yes. Rising, I got your donation. Thank you. Zoe, I see your question. Please rephrase to a yes-no reading. Galilea, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Dodger, this is not a clear yes or no, to be honest with you. I want to say that maybe the energy is gaining momentum, but I don't think William has decided to contact you yet. Nisha, I'm getting a yes. Nisha, I made it to 25 likes yesterday. I did do 30 the first day. We didn't quite hit that goal, so we're going to work our way up to it. Yesterday, I readjusted the goal from 30 to 25, and we did hit that goal, and someone did win a reading. You're welcome, Dodger. Thanks, Nisha. I appreciate that. Elboro, it looks like a no for me. Margaret, I'm getting a yes. Galilea, I'm getting a yes. Thank you, Nisha. You're welcome, Elboro. You're welcome, Margaret. James, I'm getting a yes. It's a small yes, but I am getting a yes. Rising, I'm getting a yes. James, okay, that sounds good. May, I'm getting a no for that one. I think it all depends on what you view as soon, but I'm getting, for whatever that timeline is in your head, I'm getting a no. Holly, I'm getting a no. You're rising, or you're welcome, rising. Sorry. Zoe, I am getting a no. Keisha, I'm getting a no for that one. So maybe Spirit is just encouraging that things can hopefully change or things can turn around for that. But again, that is a free will question. So you'll have to ultimately be the one to make that decision. Holly, oh my god, I'm so happy. So that means you're going to be able to work it out. Yay, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. J Moon, I am getting a yes. They take you seriously for your position. I know you were so worried, but remember I got that you will overcome this. So you'll recover from it. It'll all work itself out. So I'm happy that it did. I feel inclined to say congratulations. But I'm very happy for you. Hi, Vetus. How are you? You're very welcome. Holly, that was like a pretty quick turnaround, too, for that one. Hi, Debbie. Debbie, I'm getting a no for that one. It might be the timing. By next week, yeah. That's what I was reading it as. You said, yes, it was. I feel like he values me at work, but doesn't want to show favoritism. Holly, that's so awesome. Oh, I'm just so happy for you. Oh, Debbie, are you needing it to be done by next week, or are you just in a hurry to get it done? So he hides it. Well, you know what? That's still good. That's still. I mean, yeah, you don't want to show favoritism, but I think it's a natural human trait to show favoritism, or to have favoritism. We do it in our life every day. We do it with the friends that we pick, who we favor over other people. We do it when we pick a spouse, or a relationship, where essentially it's human nature. We're choosing people that we prefer over other people. It's a natural trait, but luckily they keep it professional, so that's good. Vetus. Debbie, I'm not in a hurry, but there has been a long delay. I'm worried now. They're not giving updates. Oh, Debbie, I'm sorry. Did Calvin get married? This is for Vetus. Did Calvin get married? Vetus, I'm getting a yes on that one. So I feel like this did happen, or he considers himself to be married. Some people don't get married, but they make a commitment to each other. So it could have been like a commitment ceremony. of some sort, I'm getting a yes on that. Hey Deisha, welcome in. All right, guys, we are 9 likes away. You're welcome, Vetus. We are 9 likes away from a free giveaway. So make sure you guys are liking the stream if you haven't had the chance to yet. We did hit our goal yesterday and we did have a lucky winner. So if you want another chance at that tonight, and this isn't a yes no reading, this is a tarot reading that you can ask any question for free. All right, the last free question for Daisha. Daisha, I'm getting a yes for you. Daisha, maybe next time we ask that question, we can be more specific if you wanted to know. So next time, ask specifically physical or specifically spiritual, because we can look into that for you next time in case you wanted more information. Okay, so the first person on our donation list is Rising Storm. You're welcome, Daisha. I'm so sorry, guys. I shouldn't be tired. I slept in so late today, but it's just hitting me for some reason. Thank you, Rising, for checking in with me. James. James, I'm already like tapping into your question. So I'm gonna have to like disconnect from you for a second because I'm already starting to get information. So I'll come back around, but James, I have your love option 2 and your first question. Is anyone like super tired that's in here right now? I feel like, you know, my husband's sitting here laying like sleeping next to me. It could be like my desire to lay down. But I'm like, oh my god, I'm like tears in my eyes, yawning, tired. This is craziness. Okay, this is for Rising. Right, so the X has left. Okay, what is happening with that one? Rising, does this indicate that she's staying the night? Or she's just around like all the time? Okay. This is interesting. You said my mom is exhausted right now. She's sleeping. Oh. Yeah, I'm just like, wow, so tired. James, I see you say LOL. Staying the nights down more often since he last wanted her to leave. So, Rising, there's some type of I'm so sorry. There is some type, this could be tapping into to like his just exhaustion about the situation, but one of the messages I'm getting is that there's some type of advantage of having her there. I feel like she's paying for something. She's like paying for his food. Maybe she's putting some money towards his apartment. Not that he can't handle things himself, but I feel like she's making his life easier right now. And it's not that he doesn't want her there, or it's not that he doesn't not want her there, because he doesn't want her there. So it's not like he's saying, oh, I want her to be here, because I don't think that that's the case. But I think that she's dangling a carrot for him, and he's like surrendering to that because it would make things easier for him. There's something like you said, I think she's doing this on purpose. Yes, with the money. Is this a theme? Is this something that you've learned about the situation, that she lords money over him? Because that's what I'm picking up right now. And I feel like she's here collecting. Like, I feel like she's saying, well, using it as a sense of control. She's saying, well, I've done this for you, so, you know, he feels like maybe, he should, until and unless he can pay her back, or maybe he just wants to be nice to her. Like, even though I feel like he's saying, I don't fuck with her, but I feel like he just tries to be civil or cordial because he doesn't want this to hang over his head. She finds a way. You keep getting money too. I feel like she finds a way to keep him hooked, even though he's trying to break himself free. I feel like she likes to hold things over his head. She likes to use it as a sense of control, and then therefore she feels entitled to certain things when it comes to him. Kind of when they say, like, make a deal with the devil. So there's like this theory, or not theory, but I guess urban legend or whatever, that you can sell your soul to the devil and they'll give you everything you want, but when you die, your soul is theirs. It kind of is reminding me of like him making a deal with the devil. Like, he wants to break free. He doesn't want to be like a puppet, but he has unfortunately put himself in a situation where he feels some kind of obligation at times. And it's making me think that she's cashing in on this. So he's just here to be civil, if she needs a place to stay, or there could be other things going on too with like her place or her house, because I don't know, because I have the 5 of Pentacles too rising, so maybe where she's living, maybe there's issues there. Like, if she has a roommate, she could be fighting with this roommate or not getting along with them, so she's looking for a place to go. She could be making that up too. She could be saying that she's having an argument with someone she's living with just to have an excuse to stay with him. Or if she's like living at home, maybe things aren't working well with like her family right now and she just needs some space, but she's like cashing in or collecting on this, and that's why he lets her stay. James, I got your second question. Hey Marta, I'm doing well. Yeah, so that's what I'm picking up on for that situation. Again, it's not like he wants her there, but I think that he just like she holds it over his head, and I think that he's just like, whatever, like, fine, you can stay here, but you're gonna sleep on the couch or something. All right, let's see. Second question. The last resort, yeah. Marta, hey girl. Yeah, my free list is closed for the yes nos. But we are 5, 6, 7, 8. We are 8 likes away from doing a free reading giveaway with tarot. Any questions? So whoever wins that. So you might want to stick around. Like the live stream. Once we hit 25 likes, I will be doing a giveaway. So a lucky winner for a free tarot reading. So if you're interested in that, hey, how's everyone doing? Welcome in. Rising, I am shuffling for your next question. Ling Lin, hopefully you're doing good tonight. 6 likes away from a free reading giveaway. All right, Rising Storm. Okay, so Rising Storm. I am getting, first off, that he feels like the path isn't clear to you. Like there's blocks and there's obstacles, and he's saying it's not clear, right? The path to you is not clear. But I'm trying to make my own way over. I'm trying to use my intuition. I'm trying to use all of the tools that I have, my flashlight or a candle or whatever, to kind of guide my way to you and try to just trust that I'm going to make it to the other side. He's saying one step at a time. Like, it's dark right now and I just have to trust. It's kind of like trying to find your way in the dark, you know, like they're giving me this metaphor of like if all the lights are off in your house and you're like walking from the kitchen to your bedroom, you're kind of having to like feel your way and use like your senses to get you through to where you're supposed to be in the end. And that's kind of like the image that I know we've all done it, right? All the lights are off and we don't feel like turning them back on. We just like try to feel our way to where we're going. That's kind of what it's like, is like he's just saying it's dark and I can't see, but I'm just choosing to trust that I'm going to be able to rely on my senses, rely on my intuition to figure this out, to get to you, to get to the other side of where I'm going. I hear him saying that his life right now. Yeah, James, you'll be next, okay? I feel like I hear him saying that he has a lot of secrets. Rising. He's saying my life is too secretive and not confusing, but like I feel like there's a lot of deception, there's a lot of toxicity in my life. I feel like he's saying there's a lot of deception. Sometimes I've had to be the one to deceive. And he's saying I feel like there's a lot of secrets around me. I feel like there's certain things that happen that I don't know about. I feel like he's trying to say that once I can get the situation sorted, that you and I can be together. I'm getting, a lot of times I get these comparisons with like shows I'm watching. So I just finished watching the original Gossip Girl again. And there's a deal that Blair and Chuck make with each other. She says, "You and I can be together when I can get my business off the ground, and you can avenge yourself with your father. And once we both achieve these goals, we can then be together." And they make like a pact. So I feel like that's kind of what he's doing, is like making a pact with you and saying, there are things that I still have to settle and I have not reached that goal yet, but I'm going to do everything that I can to get there as quickly as possible. Oh yeah, I see that. I see that. Let's get some final thoughts on this. Hey Chelsea, thank you for stopping in. I can answer your question because you're new to me today, but you'll have to sit tight for me to get back to you. So hold on just a few minutes. I also hear him saying, Rising, that he has to do things strategically. He's saying he's being very meticulous about the way he goes about everything, because he knows there's like a lot of moving parts, and he feels like if he doesn't handle his business a certain way, then everything can kind of collapse and fall apart. So he's trying to be very smart about this. He's thinking through every single step. He's thinking of plan A's and plan B's and plan C's. It seems like he's gotten himself, unfortunately, so intertwined with this other person. And I know you know who I'm talking about. He's gotten himself so intertwined with this person that he's slowly trying to break away. It's actually kind of reminding me of like an abusive relationship where the person's like, I know I need to get out, but I have to do this the right way. So they start tucking money away, a little bit over time. They get themselves a passport. They get themselves like a new identity or whatever. Like they start bringing clothes slowly but surely over to like maybe like a PO box or a storage unit. And they're like slowly making their way out, but they're like, I can't do it all at once because I just physically cannot do that. So it's like kind of reminding me of that kind of relationship. Does that make sense? Where he's saying that I have to do this strategically. I can't just do this all at once. How does he feel about her? But he wants to get out. How does he feel about her? I feel like he's using you as like a wish. So I have the 9 of Cups. So every birthday wish, or every when he, I don't know, it's like reminding me of like any opportunity that he has to like wish for a chance with you or an opportunity with you is something. It's like whenever he has the opportunity to wish for something, whenever he feels like he needs to make a wish or hope for something, you're like a wish to him. He's saying that like I'm working on this. I'm really trying to make this happen for us. Because I feel like he's not like, I don't feel like he's looking at you as like, oh, I know that I'm going to have this girl and we're going to be in a relationship. I don't think he's thinking of it that like arrogantly. I feel like he's just saying, let me just get to her and just be able to have a conversation and see where it goes from there. Yeah, I feel like he is. I feel like he's making a plan. All right, next question. We are 5 likes away. from a free reading giveaway that will be completed tonight. So the first thing I'm getting, Rising, is that your name is kind of out there now at this point. Hey Taurus, how are you? Your name is kind of out there at this point. I think for a while it was a unspoken knowing. Like he knew that when he was referring to you, even if he wasn't saying your name, he knew who he was talking about. And she's always had like felt threatened by you. So whenever they were have conversations about you, they didn't even say your name. But I think at this point, your name is being brought up. Okay. And I think that she is now at this point confronting him and being and trying to put doubt in his mind about you. Just throwing that out there. Um she views him as being the type of person that's holding on to something that to her, to herself, feels ridiculous. Like she would say, like, why are you going after her? Why are you even thinking about that? That's ridiculous. Like, you know that she's not going to go for it. She doesn't want you. You've already let her down before. um you know that she's not what you want. Why do you still keep holding on to this? Just let it go, just forget about it. um you know what I'm saying? Like whatever she's saying, I feel like she's like trying to plant this seed of doubt. um Princess, since you have been here before, my free list is closed. But I am offering a free reading giveaway if I can hit 25 likes on this live stream, and right now we're at 22. So we're very close to doing a free reading giveaway. Make sure that you guys are liking the live stream if you haven't had a chance to. But Taurus with two S's. Taurus is new, so I can answer a yes no question for you, Taurus, if you'd like. Yeah, that's exactly it. Now, Rising, I want you to know, like, from his perspective, he's not really giving into it. He's noticing her insecurity here. So I have the Four of Pentacles, and that shows just like a lot of insecurity, and it could be even desperation. It's basically she's saying he can't let go and he needs to move on from you, but she can't do the same. So it kind of seems hypocritical, and I feel like he's not really paying any mind to it. Everything that she says is just going in one ear and out the other. And I think, as a matter of fact, he might be. I feel like he's trying to keep civil, but sometimes she says things or does things where he's just like, I can't bite my tongue anymore. I can't not say something because this is just so ridiculous. So he does everything he can to be strong and to not ruffle feathers, but I do think that at some points occasionally he's like, I can't bite my tongue anymore. You know, like, who are you to say this and that? Like, I feel like he's saying, like, what I'm almost hearing like him saying, what makes you think that she and I wouldn't work, or me and even someone else? But specifically, since we're talking about her, let's talk about her. What makes you think that it wouldn't work? And this is more like rhetorical. He's not actually interested in her position on this. He's just saying, you don't know anything about anything. I haven't had the opportunity to try to build a relationship or friendship with this person yet. You don't know what we have in common, what we don't have in common. Like, you don't know anything about us. I don't even know anything about us. What makes you think that you know it all? And I think that at that point too, he's also like calling out, he's going a little bit low, but he is calling out like her past relationships, and kind of like throwing her decision making in her face, because he's just like, you're not someone I would go to get advice from. You're not someone that I feel has any kind of experience that I would want to learn from. So you just need to keep your mouth shut. Like, this isn't about you. And that's kind of like what I'm hearing and feeling. Hey, Holly, thank you for the donation. It does. It does feel like, and most of the time, Rising, I think he just bites his tongue. I really do. I think he just lets her yammer on because he's just like, you're not worth my time. But occasionally, though, he's just like, I can't listen to this anymore. I can't listen to this nonsense anymore. You don't control my life. If I want to be with Rising Storm, or if I want to talk to someone else, or whatever, it's honestly, truly not your place, and it's not your business. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel like. I think he's just, and I do think a little bit Rising when he says, like, whether I'm dating Rising, whether I'm dating someone else. I think honestly he's trying to put her in her place, but also throw her off the scent, because I don't think he wants to completely let her know of his interest in you, because even though it's there and it's like out in the open now, I don't think he wants her to hyper fixate on you specifically. So he's kind of like, well, whether it's her or someone else, he's not, because I think that he just wants her to get over this and just come to the understanding that whoever it is that he starts dating, whether it's you or someone else, it's not her business. And I think that when he says that, it's also like a double, like two birds, one stone kind of thing, because he's trying to just throw her off your scent. I think he's just tired of her hyper fixating on you specifically. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, next up we have James. So James, if you're here, feel free to check in with me. Chelsea Daly. Chelsea Daly, if you're here, please check in. Also, Taurus with 2 S's. If you're here, please check in. Thank you so much, Luna. You're amazing. Right, it's true. He's protecting me. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, Stacy, thank you for the donation. Let me add you to the list really quickly. James, I see you checked in. Thank you so much. Stacy with smile. I hope you're doing good today, but we'll see. All right, I don't see Chelsea Daly here. Taurus with 2 S's, are you here? Taurus with 2 S's, are you here? Guys, we're 2 likes away from a free reading tonight. That's exciting. Taurus with 2 S's, going once, going twice. Rising, thank you again. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Okay. Are we at 25? James, you must be the lucky charm. They keep saying that when I'm doing your readings, we're hitting our goal. I hasn't transferred over to my side. It's doing what happened last night where you guys were able to see 25 on your side, but I can't, which is funny. I don't know why mine doesn't update in real time. It's frustrating. Let's see. No, I believe you guys. This is what happened to me yesterday. And I'm like, shouldn't it be the most up to date for me out of everybody? Maybe it'll update itself during James's reading. Oh, James just sent me a screenshot. Thank you, James. Thank you for doing that. All right, everybody that wants in on the free reading giveaway, drop a pink heart in the chat. If you want in on the free reading giveaway, drop a pink heart in the chat. I say that 5 times fast. I will add you to the wheel and then we'll spin after James's reading and see who won. So if you want in on the free reading giveaway, drop a pink heart. Cherry, I can answer your question because you're a new subscriber to me today, but I do need you to wait because I'm working on a donated reading right now, so I'll have to get back to you. Okay. All right, I have Marta. I have Cherry. If you want in on the free reading giveaway, free tarot reading tonight, drop a pink heart in the chat. I have Holly. Marta, Cherry, Holly. I have James. All right, shuffling for James. We're going to give the free reading chance about another minute or so, and then I'm going to close out. But that's good for you guys that are in here because it increases your chances for not having as many people participate. We'll have option 2 for James and Patty. All right, guys, I am closing the giveaway now. So we are going to pick a winner very shortly. Just stick around. I'll let you know who won. Love option 2, James and Patty. So James, one card that I'm really drawn to right now is the Three of Swords as the blocks or influences. So um, it's not really a block or influence, but it is like information that I feel like I need to share. And that is that she's going through a transformative time right now. And maybe even your connection is going through a transformation. But more specifically, I feel like she's doing the work, or maybe not consciously doing the work. Hopefully, that's the case. But I feel like her energy, there's something within her like physical body that I feel like is working on releasing pain. Um, and by pain, I don't necessarily mean physical pain, because this is the Three of Swords. So this talks about more like the mental or emotional. So I feel like she's working on that release, trying to recover from this. Um, I think that there's a lot that she carries with her. It could be the physical body, but I feel like it starts in her mind, and I feel like she's like carried that with her for a long time. It does not affect your relationship. I want to be clear. I'm not getting that. Three of Swords is actually a no for me. So no blocks or influences, but it's something that is important for you to know that she is working through these things. There could be a lot that she pushed off or pushed away, or just really tried to ignore or pretend like she's okay, and she might not be okay. Like she thinks that she's gotten over this thing, and then before you know it, feelings are brought up again. So I feel like it's like now we're going through a point where we're trying to deal and release from that, which is something that I really want you to know. I think it's important for you to know because her intentions here are the Hanged Man. So if you feel her pumping the brakes at all at any point, remember I told you there's like little rocks that y'all might stub your toe on or trip over. I feel like that could be coming up at some point. It's not setbacks, it's not reversing or going back to how things used to be, but I think that if she's trying to slow things down a bit, it's just her body is trying to process, and she's just really trying to be in tune with herself and how she's feeling about certain things. So that's important for you to know, because I am getting like the Nine of Wands. So a lot of times that just means that we've been through a lot, and we're just trying to have faith and hope that there's a bright light at the end of this tunnel, and there's a silver lining. Even though I've been through all of this, this is the reason, this is a why. And I do think that she's starting to like associate you with that silver lining. So she's saying that um maybe everything that I went through that was really hard is like bringing me to this moment with James, or Jim, whatever she calls you, bringing me to this moment with him. Maybe this was what the whole point of it was for us to find our way back to each other. So there's a lot of themes and things like this that's going through her mind, but while she's trying to process it, while her body is trying to align itself, mind, body, soul, she could be needing some time to reflect and take on her own. Um, so it's not like you guys aren't going to still talk. It's not like you guys aren't still going to hang out, but she might not be as willing to talk about future things as much during this time, because she's still trying to wait for herself to catch up to the current place that she's at, let alone thinking about future things might be a little bit hard on her. So if you're asking her a lot about the future and she's a bit hesitant to communicate on that, it's just because she's waiting for her body to catch up with her mind, and her mind to catch up with her feelings and emotions and all of that. So she might not be ready to like jump the gun and move on to what's next because she's still trying to figure out what is. Does that make sense? I hope so. Um, so we have the death card here as far as thoughts, Ace of Wands as far as feelings. And so she's I feel like she's really enjoying the journey with you. Her feelings for you feel very ignited and passionate. I think that you inspire her a lot of the times too, because I don't want to say challenge her, because I don't want you to take that and like run with it and try to challenge her more. But I do feel like you make her think. I feel like she likes that you um, give her like, I don't know what this is here. You said, yeah, she does know me as Jim, even though I'm James now. That's cute though. You know, you guys have that little connection. So yeah, I just feel like she does feel inspired by you. She takes she also, I'm also hearing too that it takes her a little while to process what you've said. Um, because, and maybe that's why you're so easygoing with her, because you know that she's going to come back and like be fine. She's more of like a reactor. And then when she has time to process it, she probably is like, oh, wait, that wasn't that big of a deal. So it seems like a lot of this reading tonight is just reminding you that she needs time to process. I think you're always ready for the next thing, and I think she's still trying to catch up. You know what I'm saying? But she feels like passionate with you and excited with you and attracted to you, and she really likes your time together. Let's see. What's the overall energy? What's the overall energy? Maintaining control is what I'm hearing. Maintaining control. So this could be your guys' mutual efforts to not get too swept up in things, not get too ahead of yourself, not to assume or take things the wrong way, not to get immediately offended or to immediately react. Maintaining control could be understanding where you're at and not and listening to yourself, and not doing things that you're not ready for. But yeah, that's like basically the energy is just maintaining control. So some of those examples that I mentioned might resonate for you or her. Okay, so Patty mentioned how she never really thought about having children and a family before. What's her feelings, thoughts, and intentions? Okay. So the first card out is the Sun, and this does talk about children. It also talks about your like your position or your viewpoint on having them. Are you negative about it? Are you positive about it? Kind of thing. Because you should be, if you want a kid, you know, you should really, if you want a family, you should be very, like, at least mentally ready. Maybe you're not going to be financially ready or anything like that, but you at least want to know if you're planning on having children, that this is what you want to do. No good ever comes from starting a family that you're not ready for, because then there could be resentment there. But I think when it comes to Patty specifically, I think she's a complicated girl. I don't think she's in denial about having not really wanting children or thinking about having children. Um, but I do think that she hasn't unlocked that part of herself that would allow her to desire having children, because I think that it's there. I think that it's in there, and I think at the times when she really thinks about it with through her heart of hearts, when she's alone, when she's like really just in her own mind and not speaking it out loud, I think she does. Because I have the Seven of Swords here next to the Sun. So it's like what she secretly wants is children and family. What I was picking up when I was like overlooking your message earlier and I said I'm already tapping into your energy, it's because I feel like for her, she's never been in a position to feel ready to have a child. So that could just be herself, where she's at in life, the person that she's with. And so that's why she's never really thought about it, because she's never been in this like perfect place to feel ready or to start thinking about that kind of thing. There are some people in life that ever since they were little, they knew they wanted to be a mom. It's all they have ever wanted to do and ever wanted to be, and no questions asked. It's like a part of who they are. And then there's some people out there that are kind of in between, and then some people who are against it completely. And I think that she's in the in between. But I think that she's never really been in the right relationship, or the right mental state. I think she also questions too how much love she can give to someone else outside of herself, and how much she can give to someone else, because I think right now she does like the way that her life is. I don't think that she's like, oh my God, if I don't have a kid or a family, I'm going to die. So I think that there's a lot that she enjoys about her current life that she's not really in that place to think about, do I want to change this? Do I want to be put I'm just going to say, James, she's just not there yet. She's not there yet, and I feel like it's there in the back of her mind, but I don't think that she's really ever allowed herself to desire something like that, because feels like she thinks more practically about the situation, not emotionally. She doesn't let her emotions get the best of her, or like her biological clock. She doesn't let that get the best of her. I feel like once she can start trusting this relationship with you and she starts having feelings for you, then her opinion on that will change. Because I think that if she sees you as like a great person, a reliable, dependable, solid dude, and I feel like she might even refer to you as that, like solid dude. He's a solid guy. He's a solid dude. I feel like when you love someone so much, sometimes you can't imagine anything better than creating a person with that person, because your love is so overflowing and you're so in love with that person that you're like, let's do this, let's create more love in our life. And I just don't think she's there yet. But I think she can get there. And I think that the second that she starts to fall madly head over heels in love with you, and she's going to want to continue to expand on that. And I think that's when you can have the conversation about kids and a family. It seems to me that if she flat out says, I do not want children, flat out, I never will change my mind on this, that's a bridge you're going to have to cross for yourself. But I don't think she's there yet. You'll have to correct me unless you've heard those words come out of her mouth. I'm not sensing that, but that's my take on what's going on with her. Yeah, exactly. And I believe that she's never romanticized it. That's why I was saying she's never given herself permission to desire something like that. And I believe her when she says that. But I think that in her heart of hearts, she's not completely shut off to the idea of having a family. She's just never been in a position to feel like that's what she was ready for. So when she says she's never really thought about it, or as you say, romanticize, I believe that. So she also mentioned when she was young, she thought she would have a daughter. Different conversation. It's funny because I've always said I was going to have daughters. I think we could be about 2 years away from that point. That's the timeline I feel. Yeah, yeah. I think especially if she's been thinking about when she was younger about having a child, it's still there. It's still a part of her. And I think that sometimes we can compartmentalize that and not allow ourselves to go there and want something like that, because what's the point? It's heartbreaking to think about, especially if we don't feel we're ready or we're not in the right place in life for something like that. So she just has to feel safe enough to start feeling those feelings. And I think that she could at some point. So wouldn't completely write that off just yet. So James, when you ask, how does it look for her going away for a weekend or a couple days, are you saying that she's planning on going away like by herself and you want to know if that's going to happen, or are you talking about you guys going away together? After this reading, guys, we are going to spin the wheel so we can see who wins the free readings. That's for Marta, Sherry, Holly, and James. We'll see who wins out of the 4 of you. Hey, Marta, thanks for checking in. We're spinning the wheel after this one. Going away together. Okay, that's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure. I do remember you saying Myrtle Beach, Fort Lauderdale, or somewhere else. Okay. Hey, Holly. All right. So I feel like you guys would be on the same page with this plan. I'm kind of hearing that it would be fun to her to have some input on where you guys go. Granted, she would be fine, like, if you made the plan because it's your birthday and ultimately she wants you to have what you want. I do feel like, though, if you gave her some options, this would be kind of exciting for her to think about, to kind of put some thought behind those different options. So, like, making the decision together might be fun for her. But it doesn't have to be. Like I said, ultimately you get veto power because it's your birthday weekend, and I think she would want you to do something that you would want to do. How does it look for them going away for a couple of days in June? So I'm getting like rest and tranquility and calm So I think that would be really good for you guys. Either I'm picking up on the fact that you guys are going to go do something relaxing specifically, just kind of take each day as it comes, not really like get specific with an itinerary. I'm just getting like a lot of like relaxation. So I could be picking up on that energy. But I'm also getting that that may be what she's looking forward to do. So maybe not do something that's very active, like where every single hour is scheduled. I think do something that's more like a free go with the flow kind of vibe. I'm kind of picking up that you and her are that type of people that are just like, yeah, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It is what it is. Um, and just kind of like enjoying the moment as it comes. So I think that would definitely be like if what I'm saying resonates with you, I think that's the kind of vibe you want to go for with this. I do see her excited to go away with you. I did tap into the liking the idea of having many options. So maybe if you don't set an itinerary, but you have like certain things you want to do, maybe like what restaurants you want to go to, you can have like that stuff planned out, but maybe not like the hour by hour by hour kind of thing. Um, but I do see her looking forward to it. I have the Queen of Pentacles. So this kind of talks about like her being okay being the one on your arm, you know, like she likes the idea of being your date for something like this. And she might even get you something for your birthday as well, which I know is pretty typical, but with the Queen of Pentacles, it's someone who works really hard, makes a good living for themselves, but also can be nurturing and caring for other people and show their appreciation. And plus, she's holding like a gift or an item in this picture. So it's making me feel like it might be something that she wants to give to you in return, for like choosing her and letting her be a part of this experience and wishing you, you know, a happy birthday. We have the sun. So this is like, I don't know, James, somewhere out. I'm getting definite by the water vibes for you, out and about in the sunlight, soaking up some rays, that kind of thing. I think that you guys would be able to. Oh my God, hold on. Actually, let me finish this really quickly. My cat's just trying to get in my cabinet, and my cabinet leads to the back of my stove, which means that if he gets behind the stove, then I can't get him out unless I pull the entire stove out. So, James, yes, I feel like this was something that she would like to do with you. I think this sounds like good fun for her. Um, I don't know. My last thought is a few days sounds like the perfect amount of time. Because I don't think number one, she'd be able to commit to anything longer. But I think also the idea of not a long trip and just kind of testing the waters with you for just a couple of days um, sounds much more comfortable to her. All right. So, James, that is what I have. We are going to throw the wheel on the screen really quickly. All right, let me know if you guys can see this wheel. Hopefully you can. We're just going to call it wheel 1. Save. Spin. All right, so it's going to announce the winner at the top. All right. So let's spin. Of course. James, you won. Congratulations. Thank the rest of you guys for being here and participating. James won the reading. All right. Sherry, let me answer this question for you real quick. Is Cherry's crush attractive to Cherry? Is Cherry's crush attracted to Cherry? Cherry, I am getting a yes for your question. Awesome. Congrats, James. Well, James, since we're currently on your turn, you can go ahead and post your question unless you need a minute to think about it. Thank you guys for participating. Like I had said previously, I plan on doing this for the foreseeable future. I think it's kind of just like a fun thing to add to my live streams. So whenever you see this banner scrolling across the bottom of the screen with the blue hearts, just know that I'm offering a free reading that night if I hit 25 likes. So you'll always know. And then also it'll post periodically throughout the chats. So you never know, you might be a winner. Stacy won last night, James won tonight. Cherry, thank you for being a new sub. And Cherry, just so you know, moving forward, I offer free yes no readings every time I go live. It's at the very beginning of the live stream. So you'll have to get here early, but you can get more opportunities for questions to be answered for you, okay? All right, so Rising said she donated. So we're gonna do James, the winner. And then we have Holly. Cherry, I have a price list. If you click the description of this video, you will see like all of my different pricing options for live streams and what I'm offering tonight or at any time. It's in the description. I think I'm going to go ahead and do a last call as well. So last call for donations. Cherry, let me know if you have any other questions about my readings or how much they are. You can check out the price list in the description, and then I accept Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. There is a link in the description. You'll see it says Linktree. And when you click that, it gives you all of my links to my Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo, however you would like to donate. Rising says, this is fun. I think so too. I think it's a lot of fun. Sounds good. And if you don't donate tonight, that's okay, Cherry. I just wanted to make sure that I answered all of your questions. I got you, Rising. Okay. This is for James. Let me take a look at what is the likely outcome for our relationship together this year. Okay. Cherry, that sounds great. I just put a last call on the screen. It means that I'm going to close the list soon. So you'll want to make that decision relatively soon. Before I close the list. You're welcome, Rising. All right, this is for James. Can we look at what is the likely outcome for our relationship together this year? What is the likely outcome? What is the likely outcome of their relationship this year? James, I'm getting a new relationship. So what I mean by that is new feelings for each other, even more than probably what you guys have now. Or she's recognizing a new surge of feelings for you. And then when we talk about new relationships, that makes me feel like things are evolving for you this year. And that you guys will probably say you started a relationship. That's what I'm getting for sure. Ace of Cups. This indicates an increase in time together, an increase in physical affection, an increase in attraction, an increase in just feelings overall, time spent together, things of that nature. And I also see the Six of Cups here again. But as we all know, this is indicating like feeling like you're going home. So being together feels like home to you. It's like your comfort zone. And it also indicates to me this desire to reunite, which I feel like would make sense for your connection because of your history together. So it shows that you guys are coming together again in a new relationship. And this is actually the Six of Cups next to the Ace of Cups. So it makes me feel like the term getting back together is coming through. Let's see. We have the Four of Pentacles holding on to one another. We have Four of Swords indicating a lot of time alone, where, you know, you probably are going to be spending time with other people, of course, but the Four of Swords is making me feel like you guys are spending time alone together. So a lot of like one-on-one quality time. And then we also have Justice, which is really nice because it says I get what I give, and you've put a lot into this relationship. So seeing your justice, seeing that it wasn't for nothing, that you actually like achieved what you were hoping to do or set out to do, because of your feelings for her, and then you getting your justice in that. So that is the forecast for the rest of the year. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, we dig it. Love that. Cherry, I got your donation, so I'm adding you to the list now. All right, so next up we have Rising Storm. Rising storm. Thanks, James. All right, let's see. How do you feel? How do you feel? I feel rising. This is getting him a little bit excited. I think why there's this excitement is because remember I touched on last time that he didn't quite know if your messages were for him. I feel like this is a little too on the nose, like a little too specific. And so I feel like this is giving him some excitement to think maybe it is about him. Or like not maybe, because I think he's always thought maybe it feels more confirmed that this is a message for him. So yeah, I have the Ace of Wands, feeling inspired, feeling excited, new beginnings, good news. I feel like what this is for him rising is this is just confirmation. This is him thinking, okay, it's not all in my head. Maybe she doesn't hate me. Maybe there is still something there. And I think that he likes getting that validation in advance because I think that's just going to continue to give him more motivation to do the things that he needs to do to set himself free. So I feel like you're. Hold on, I'm so sorry. I gotta put my cats to bed. They're getting into stuff. Hold on 1 second. Thank you, Rising, for your patience. You know the story. When they want to go to bed, they can't just put themselves to bed. They want us to be tucked in like little babies. They want their nighttime snacky. And we've created monsters. And so whenever they're ready to be quote unquote put to bed, which means go to their room, they get into stuff. More specifically, one of my cats will just start getting into everything, start knocking things down, trying to get into the cabinets. So I'm like, if I want to be able to think clearly for these readings, I need to like get them put to sleep or to bed. Okay. Brooklyn and Kevin KV. I'm actually closed my list about an hour and 15 minutes ago or so. You guys also missed a giveaway. I'm sorry. But we're closing our list down now. Actually, it's been 5 minutes, so I need to. I said I would close the list in 5 minutes for donations, so I need to go ahead and do that really quickly. Thank you, though. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. You said I totally understand. They're so cute. They're like children. Yes, they're like children. They know how to get what they want for sure. So where was I? I was getting to the point. Oh yes, he was feeling inspired by this confirmation. It was making him feel even more motivated to do what he has to do. Because remember, I said that he's working on a strategy. So I feel like it's put like another pep in his step to be more motivated to do these things that he was already planning on doing without needing that confirmation. But this is like that extra validation he's been looking for. And I think that he has been wondering if these messages are for him, because it's a little bit cryptic, Rising. I know that you know that. That even though he's like 99% sure, he wasn't like all the way sure. And I think that you're giving him that you're dingling your own carrot. Like you are being very like alluring with these messages, and he's just like, okay, now I know, now I've got the green light. Now I know these messages are for me. Unless she does this for everyone. Let's see, he seems happy about it. We have the 3 of Cups like celebration, so I think this does excite him for sure. Let's see. Any final thoughts? What does he think of this? What does he think of this? I'm also picking up that he might be telling his friends too about this. So he'll be like, you won't believe like what I saw. Or maybe even Rising, I'm hearing like maybe his friend is the one that tells him when he sees it or something like that. But there's like a conversation that happens with a friend about it. And they're like, oh shit, really? Oh damn. You know, like I'm kind of hearing that kind of conversation. Like, wow, that's wild. That's wild, man. That kind of thing. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's just like excitement, giving like a surge of energy, motivation, confirmation, feeling good about it, and then communicating amongst himself and one other person, it feels. I think even like saying to that friend, like, yeah, now that we know, now that we've had, like, we've seen that message, like, he might even be talking to this friend about what he plans on doing. I'm kind of like tapping into like a conversation between him and this friend, like after talking about this message that you've put out there. Then he starts talking to this guy about his game plan, about what he needs to do, which I feel his friend supports him in. I feel he's supported in this, because I don't think there's a friend. I just don't think that he likes the ex, you know. So I think that whatever they can get, whatever he can do to get himself away from her, I think the friend supports. So Holly, I have you down for a in-depth reading. You said thank you, Lynn. I know who you're talking about. Okay, perfect. Good. You're welcome. Thank you, Rising, for always supporting me. I appreciate you. So I texted Alonzo my boundaries last Monday and said I was disappointed in how our relationship is going. He never replied. What's going to happen in the near future now when it comes to my love life? Holly, are you open to any information about the future love life, or are you specifically asking about you and him and your future? Or are you kind of done with that and just want to know about something new that's coming in for you? Are you kind of just like open for any information about anything regarding love? I just want to know what I need to tap into specifically. Okay, got it. All right, we're open, Spirit. We're open to whatever you want to say. Holly says, what's going to happen in the near future when it comes to her love life? You're welcome. What's going to happen in the near future when it comes to her love life? Holly, so I'm picturing a redhead. Now, I don't know if this is Alonzo or if that's not accurate. If this could be someone new, but I was picturing a redhead. For some reason, I had light freckles, red hair. And when I pictured that, I was like, okay, that's an interesting message. And the very first card out is the King of Wands. And as you know, traditional, if you want to look up King of Wands on Google, which you probably know about tarot, but if you don't, look up King of Wands and look up the Rider-Waite deck, and you're going to see red hair on there. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm tapping into something here. Maybe there is someone like a redhead of some sort. Now, when I say red hair, it could be a range. It could be strawberry blonde. It could be bright, vibrant red, or it could be even more on a darker blonde, lighter brunette with red undertones specifically. Your husband was a redhead? Oh my god. Wait, what happened to your husband? Wouldn't this be wild if somehow this redhead I'm tapping into is sending you someone in your love life? Did your husband pass away? Whoa, wow. Okay. Well, this is crazy. Okay, hold on. Let me keep going. What about this redhead? I'm definitely getting red hair. I'm getting it again. I wonder if you've got another redhead coming your way, girl. So I have the King of Wands and the Page of Swords. What, just out of curiosity, what was your husband's zodiac sign? Kind of reddish, but more blonde. Okay. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. And what's Alonzo's sign? Oh, okay. Sag. We have fire energy here. No, I don't think this is either one of them. So this must be someone new that's coming your way. Because while I have fire and air, I have King of Wands and Page of Swords. I do have fire and air, Sagittarius and Gemini. But I don't have specifically Sag and Gemini. I have Leo and Aquarius. So I'm also hearing like minor Scorpio and Taurus vibes, but that's only because of the Wheel of Fortune. So I do think this is someone new, but what they're kind of giving me the image of is that there's good parts of your husband. So when you say husband, I don't know how you want to refer to him, so I'm going to refer to him how you said, because I'm not sure if you were like ex-husbands or anything like that. Oh, interesting. So what I'm getting is that there was good qualities of your husband. I would assume so. Even if you guys, didn't work it out, I feel like there was something about him that you liked. Even if it was horrible personality and amazing looks, or vice versa, I'm not quite sure. There's like cherry picking. What I'm hearing is that there's certain aspects of him, there's certain aspects that you like of Alonzo, and maybe even some new things sprinkled in. Like you're like basically this person coming in, it could be like a mix of a lot of all the good attributes of the person that you of the people that you have dated before. You said he was loving. So there's like basically, if you could make a man, I'm hearing like a recipe, if you could have all the ingredients and you can only use the ingredients of the people that you dated before, like what personality traits or characteristics would you throw in to the pot? Only the good things. And then keep in mind that this person's also going to bring their own stuff to the table that's good as well. But it's almost like whenever you get into a relationship, you learn more and more about what you want and what you don't want. And so I almost feel like this sounds, if you think about it, it sounds like the magician. It sounds like you're manifesting this person. And I think they might be a redhead. I'm not going to lie. That's just coming in pretty strongly. So it's funny because you have one that's like a blonde redhead and you have one that's a brunette redhead. This might be like a redhead. But yeah. So I'm getting someone new. We're getting Leo Aquarius, definite Leo Aquarius. Like Taurus Scorpio vibes are also here. That might be triggering. Now, I'm not gonna say this person's coming in acting like them, okay? I'm just saying, like, for example, like I wrote a blog many years ago when blogs were things at that time, and I talked about how there were like 3 big loves in my life, that I wish I could just pull all the good qualities about them. Like one felt like safe and trusting, and then when comfortable and familiar, and one felt exciting and fun, like an escape. And then the other one felt like fed the spiritual side of myself and supported the spiritual side of myself. And there were horrible things about all of them, but I wish that I could just pull those good traits and just combine the 3 of them and make them like into one person. And that's kind of what I'm saying. So I wrote in this blog that I wish that I could just find all 3 in one person and leave all the bad behind. That's what Spirit's reminding me of. And I'm telling you what, I found that person. I'm married to that person. And it came very shortly after writing this blog, actually. Maybe a year later. Maybe. Okay, Cherry. He said, yeah, I just had 3. After my husband, I average about one a year now. Oh my gosh. So I feel like just wait and see, because I think there's still so much to surprise you when it comes to your love life. The Wheel of Fortune here means that you still have someone. You still have someone here for you that's going to like rock your world. That's going to like knock your world off your axis, because you have Wheel of Fortune luck and karma and all good things that you're destined to have, that you already have it, that it's coming your way. And so this definitely feels like a manifested love. I don't know how into this idea you are, but you could always get very, very specific about what it is you're looking for. Because I felt like once I put it down in writing, what I wanted, it came very soon after. I did have to do some like visualizing and visualizing cutting cords from past people to make room for a new person, but writing down what you're looking for specifically would really help bring things forward for you. Kind of get at Alonzo because he didn't finish anything. Yeah. I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry. They say what's meant for you won't like overlook you, you know? And so maybe Alonzo's overlooking you, and that means that he's not for you. They say feeling peace and safety lets you know that what you have is for you, and confusion lets you know that it's something that's not for you. So if you're feeling confused about connection, it just means that it's not for you. And you will feel at peace, and you will feel grounded and safe when the person that's for you shows up, because number one, they're never going to leave you, and number two, they're going to make you feel at peace. Let's round off this reading here and see. Let's give some last details here for Holly. Let's see when this new person's supposed to come in for you. When is this new person supposed to come in for Holly? Oh shit. This is fast. This is this year, girl. This is this year. I think you can expect this person to come in before the end of the year. Now, the Eight of Wands, Wands to me is always fall. So specifically, Eight of Wands is November to December. But Eight of Wands is also a very, very fast moving card. So I think that the quicker you let go and release these other people, like Alonzo specifically, just completely walk away and separate yourself and never expect that to ever be a thing, I think you can shift this timeline up. Wands are the fast. Eight of Wands is the fastest moving cards in the deck. So I think that even though tarot and timing says fall, and before the end of the year, I think you could shift this up as soon as 8 weeks. You know what I mean? Because eight wands are always like days or weeks. I think 8 days from now seems a little bit crazy, so I don't want to say that, but I do think that it can be as soon as 2 months from now. But I'm feeling this year. I'm feeling this year very strongly. Yeah, absolutely. Did you have any other questions? Let's see. Will Alonzo at least reply to Holly? Will Alonzo at least reply to Holly? Holly, I don't think you're necessarily going to get the closure that you want when you want it. I think that this person will come back around, and I think that you will have that opportunity to address these things with this person. But I fear that at the time this person decides to come around, you will have already closed your heart off to them. As a matter of fact, you might even be talking to someone new when this person comes back around. So I don't think it's going to happen when you want it to happen, but I do think it will. I do think this person will communicate with you again. What happened with 9 months? Oh, you were together for 9 months? Yeah, that's such a long time. How long has it been since you've heard from him? Stacy, if you're here, please check in with me. Oh, hey girl, hey. Stacy, get out of town. Okay, hold on, Stacy. I'm gonna have to get to you. You said Monday. Okay. Well, you know, Holly, I feel like this guy, like you said, he just takes the coward's way out. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that like this is a time where I'm wrong and you're able to communicate with him sooner and kind of get that closure you're looking for. I do feel like the things that I pick up on are pretty accurate most of the time. But this is one of the times where I really do hope that something can change. And I think that it's unfortunately not going to be up to you, Holly. I think this is going to be up to him to make that decision. But let's fingers crossed that he has a change of heart. But as of right now, he has not. The energy is showing that he doesn't have an intention to reach out to you immediately. I feel like he's going to take his time with this. We have the Knight of Swords, or sorry, the Knight of Pentacles. So he's going to take his time. And then I also saw the Three of Pentacles, which made me think that it's probably going to be a couple months before you hear from him again. And maybe even when you're involving yourself with someone new or you're dating someone new, because the Three of Pentacles is like third party. So let's see, let's wait it out and hope for the best. Yeah, I agree. We'll have to see. We'll play it by ear. But Holly, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I hope that that helps you at least give you some guidance or direction. All right, so Stacy, I'm so glad that I was right, or I think I'm right. He reached out to you. Is that today? Did he reach out to you today, or was it yesterday? Because I remember saying that you should hear from him by today, or if that's what I was picking up on. You're welcome, Holly. Okay, so he messaged asking if he could make breakfast. Yay, Stacy, I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, so Ryan messaged me finally asking if he can make me breakfast either Saturday or Sunday, then we could talk. I chose Saturday as it works better for me. I'm gonna do what you said and give him an out in the morning. I guess I'm just wondering where he's at in his energy and any advice on how to deal with him when we talk. Perfect, Stacy. Perfect. Okay, so I think it's great that you chose tomorrow, and here's why. if he needs an out, you guys have Sunday as a fallback. I think that's great, because maybe you won't have to wait as long. And I did hear in previous readings that I was doing that you're going to hear from him by this weekend, specifically today, and that you guys were going to hopefully at least be able to make plans to get together by this weekend. So I do feel like that's a good thing. I do feel like that's a good thing. Okay, so let's see. Oh, that's what you're thinking too. Okay, good. We're on the same page. Okay. So I would, when you reach out to him in the morning to give him an out, I would just say something very simple like, hey, is today still good for you? Just period. Because you don't want him to make any assumptions or question why you're asking or anything like that. Just be like, hey, maybe you could say, hey, I'm getting ready. And I'll be over in a bit. Today's still good for you, right? Question mark. Something like that. Just something very subtle, just simple. I guess I'm wondering where he's at in his energy. Any advice with how to deal with him when we talk? Okay. Where is he at in his energy? Where is he at in his energy? Yeah. Ooh, he feels much more calm, Stacy. The strength card here talks about taming the beast within. So I feel like he's feeling much more calm, much more collected and composed. I feel like he really has a sense of direction. We have the 9 of Cups. So I feel like he's getting out of this very like low energy that he was in. I also think offering to make you breakfast is like an olive branch, right? We like that. We like to hear him wanting to give you an act of service. And like, it's not just like, hey, I want to talk. It's like, hey, I want to do this thing for you. I want to extend this like peace and goodwill your way. And we can talk too if that's something you're open to. I think that's just such a very mature like way to communicate with you, kind of like a peace offering, exactly like an olive branch. And so I really, really, really like to see that. I feel like also, Stacey, it's put you in a better place today. So, you know, you maybe, I don't know, maybe you feeling more at peace as well. A nice approach, exactly. I think that's just so lovely. So I feel like for him, he's saying like he's trying to maintain control, harnessing his instincts, maybe just really kind of keeping himself in check. That's the energy that I have right now. Good. I'm glad it made you feel good. All right, so let's see. So his energy feels in check, which is good. He feels hopeful. I'm getting optimism as well with the 9 of Cups, meaning like, hopefully we can make this right. Hopefully I can get what I want out of this, and you can get what you want out of this. 9 of Cups is very much like, I want everyone to be happy kind of energy. Any advice with how to deal with him when they talk? Ten of Cups. Wow, this is amazing. Stacy, you did research on therapy, right? Isn't that what you said you were going to do? I'm getting that you guys are going to walk away from this feeling much, much better. Now, again, nothing is going to get solved overnight. We can't expect miracles, but I feel like you guys are going to both walk away from this feeling a shift. I think he has had time to collect himself, and I think you have had time to, maybe he's also thought of solutions too, and I think you have as well, and I think you guys can walk into this conversation feeling more empowered, right? Like you have a sense of direction. um so I really, really like this. I think this is great. One thing I am hearing is just go into it with like an open heart. I think that that's what he's wanting to have. And I think even still, it may not be necessary to get into a deep talk tomorrow, Stacey. I think that the talk that you guys should have, yes, a list of solutions. That's perfect. Talk about the solutions. Try to avoid getting into an argument. Try to avoid getting into another conversation that you guys know is very hard for you guys to come out of. You know what I'm saying? Don't focus tomorrow on trying to work through this yourself. Focus more on the solutions, focus more on the next steps, and then say, I know there's a lot to rehash. I know there's a lot that we have to talk about, but I think that if we can implement, that's a really good word, implement one of these things that I came up with, or I'm open to hearing your suggestions, then we can then try to start feeling like we're having constructive ways to communicate, and then we can go back down and rehash or recommunicate what's going on. But I don't think we should, like, I don't think you should try to have a conversation with him for either of you to be like rehashing the same stuff over and over and over again until that new modality, whatever you guys decide together would be best for your relationship at this point, before you guys implement that new modality. So yeah, focus the conversation tomorrow on as much as you can about the solutions. I hope that's making sense. Not so much the argument at hand, not so much the problems. Focus more on the solutions. Yes. So, as much as you can avoid confrontation, I think that would be much, much better. And he needs to know, I want him to also feel supported and know that you're not trying to, like, if he's like, well, I want to talk about it, I think you need to be like, I'm not wanting to dismiss what you want to talk about. I honestly truly want to hear what you have to say. I just think that in this time of our relationship, just right now, maybe in the future it'll be different, but just right now is a very sensitive topic. And I would feel more comforted if we were able to communicate about this after we've implemented A, B, or C. I just would prefer to take the time today to enjoy my time with you, and we can just put a pin in that for now, and we can come back to it later. I don't know if you've ever watched How I Met Your Mother, but Marshall and Lily, they had this agreement in their relationship that they could argue as much as they wanted to, but when they got tired of arguing, they would just say pause. One of them would say pause, and then it's not that they would ignore the problem, they would come back to it later, but they wanted to make sure that each other, felt loved and cared for, and that you still want to enjoy your time with that person. So they would say pause in the middle of a super heated argument, and then they would go like to the movies together, or they would go eat dinner together, and they would put that problem off to the side and say, we're going to come back to that, I promise, but pause. So maybe that's something that you guys could talk about too, is just different ways to communicate with each other, whatever little tools you guys need. I know I mentioned that multiple times, but I think you love that, yeah. I think that and it helps too, because if you guys get like very flustered, you need time to collect your thoughts, or if things get really heated very quickly, that's always such a good tactic, because you can say, I still love you and I still hold a place for you here, but maybe we need some time to cool down before we try to have this conversation again. And a lot of times you'll come back to it and then it won't even be as big of a deal as it originally felt, because your emotions will have calmed down since then. So maybe that could be your thing that you guys do. But I think let's just allow for the day to just be enjoyed together, rather than trying to continue on this conversation that never really seems to be going anywhere. So that's my advice as far as how to deal with him tomorrow. Now, you don't want to dismiss his feelings, because if he really does want to talk about things, I think that we don't want to say, I don't want to hear what you have to say until we go to therapy. Like, you definitely want him to feel supported and understood that, like, what he has to say matters, and he's more than welcome to get things off his chest if he feels the need to. But you feel like your time could be better spent today, i.e., tomorrow. Your time can be better spent today just spending time with one another. So if that's okay with him, then you guys can get back to that at another time. But that's like the main thing, going into it with a open heart and trying to focus more on the solutions rather than the argument at hand. Does that help, Stacy? I hope so. Yeah, Stacy, no, I completely get that. I think I don't want you to go into it pretending like nothing is wrong, but I think as much as you can put on the back burner, as much as you can put to the side for tomorrow or whatever day you guys get together, I think it's important that you just take a day. I think every single time you guys have talked, or every single time it seems like you guys have talked, that it's just ended in an argument, disagreement, we're not talking for a little while kind of thing. And I think that it's important that you remind each other and remind yourselves why you guys are in this relationship. And I think one interaction without any kind of like big blowout or blow up, I should say, will be beneficial for your relationship than trying to communicate on an issue that you guys have had no resolve on in the past. That's, I think, just going to be more discouraging. And so I think there needs to be a buffer day, we'll call it, where you guys are just more so spending time with each other and enjoying each other's company. When he is still angry, we can never talk. That's why I check in on his energy, because it's much easier to talk to him when he's calm. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I think too, Stacey, that it's Cherry, if you're here, please check in with me. I think that that is also like, you know, where you have the power, Stacey, too, because if he's getting too angry, you can say, I'm going to remove myself from the situation. You're getting very angry, and I like don't feel comfortable like having this conversation with you right now. Maybe we can get together tomorrow, because you will hold the power in that moment, because then he's gonna go, well, I want to talk about it now. It's okay, well, I need you to not be angry. You can feel your emotions, but I don't want to feel it directed at me. So if you feel like you can calm down and communicate with me, then I will stay. But if you can't, then I will leave and we can come back to this another time. And therefore, you hold the power, because you're taking yourself out of the equation. And then what's he going to argue with? A wall? A coffee table? So I think that's where the power is. And you can start saying, like, you can be however you want to be. If you want to be angry right now, that's fine. But I don't have to sit here and listen to it. We can talk about this another time. Cherry. Cherry, if you're here, I'm waiting on you. You said sometimes it takes some days to calm down. Right. So true. Thanks for your help. You're welcome. You're welcome, Stacy. I'm just really happy to hear the feedback that, you know, he communicated with you when I thought he was going to, made plans with you by this weekend, which I thought. That's good to hear, just like for me as a reader, to trust like those feelings. And then I'm even more so happy for you that you're getting another opportunity to talk to him about how you guys can move forward. So I'm rooting for you guys. I really hope things go well. Feel free to check in with me if you want to about it, okay? You're welcome. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. I'm waiting on Cherry. You're always bang on with your readings. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So Cherry, we'll give you like 5 more minutes and then I'm gonna have to get off of here. Thanks again, Stacy. All right. This is at this point, this is a 4-minute call for Cherry. Cherry donated and we're waiting for her to come in. Hopefully she can drop her question with me. Cherry, if you see this and I have signed off for the day, then I will have to get back to you next time that I'm live and you can redeem your reading then. Cherry, hi friend. Hi friend. Hey girl, I was willing to wait 10 minutes for you. I called on you like, I don't know, like almost 10 minutes ago, but I'm glad you're here because I was going to say the only other option would be to redeem it the next time I go live. I checked your donation. I didn't see your question, so if you are ready, you can go ahead and post that now. Hopefully you saw my Cash App like reaction, and maybe that's what made you think to come back in, because for Cash App, I can't communicate on there. I can only communicate on PayPal and Venmo, unfortunately. So yeah, whenever I like react to your donation, if you're not in here, that's what that means, is that I'm about to get started on your reading. But I'm glad you're here. So I have you down for what looks like a mini reading. If that's correct, just let me know. Also, Cherry, I saw a little suitcase next to your name. Does that mean that you have a business on Cash App? What does that mean? Cherry, are you in here? I don't know what's going on. Cherry, it's been almost 15 minutes I've been calling on you. And I don't mean to rush you, but you're my last reading of the night. And I need to get off. So I don't know what to do.